3, 2, 1. Green.
Okay, some of you didn't do that. What?
Yeah,
I did it.
We didn't.
I contributed.
We didn't tell them.
Yeah.
Only real ones do the greeny sing.
Only real
Hello,
fans.
Welcome,
everybody,
everybody.
and welcome to the 1-year Kroop Scoop anniversary episode. Woo! And to celebrate, we've brought back some of your favorite guests. We've got me, Blanky Please. We've got Steven, Awakim, a god among men. We've got Dana Raid.
Wrong way.
Okay,
Ayo.
well, shut up. Okay, we've got Dana Raid, YouTuber extraordinaire, face reveal live in front of his awesome microphone.
Yeah.
We've got Fako, king of the anime YouTubers, a god among men yet again. We've got Viddy's Vids, the king of all YouTubers yet again. And also, I'm joined by my 2 co-hosts and my dear friends, Kane Kai and Kroop.
You forgot about Peanut.
hello.
And Peanuts,
Hello.
Peanut.
a god among cats.
So yeah, what a special episode we have going on here. We got everybody except Greeny.
And Coral and IQ69 and Fluffy Sheep.
Well, Greeny is on.
Yeah, let's add him.
Let's
do
do
like the
I know
Coral
why.
episode.
Okay.
let's do another Coral episode where we
Where
just
we
slowly
bring
bring
in a
more
bunch of
people in.
Guys,
The
Peanut
episode just
decided to sit in the
atrophies in on
frame.
itself.
Oh, okay.
Cute.
So what's up?
Okay, what's the
1
Daily
year.
Balls news?
Daily Balls news is that
We
we've
actually-
done this for 1 year. 1 goddamn year of Kroop
This is the
Scoop.
news. It's been a whole
A long
year.
episode.
We decided to start it out a little bit different this week, and we decided to talk about some of our favorite moments from the Kroop Scoop. And hopefully you guys have some moments that you remember maybe from episodes you've been in that you can share too.
All right,
So-
Steven, go first.
Steven, you go first. What was your favorite Kroop
Everyone's
Scoop
been on
moment
here more than
that
once.
You've been a part of or something.
Everyone's been on
This
here
is
more
true.
than once, so you gotta have at least one.
Our favorite sweet guests.
Favorite
Okay,
moment
he's thinking
and
really
episode.
hard. I feel like he's
And then that sentence was preceded by 15 minutes of silence as Steven strokes his beard.
Come back to me later.
podcast.
Come back to you later.
You know what? I got
you.
one.
We'll
for,
come back
I got
to
one for
anything.
Steven. I got one for Steven. How about when he was recording the podcast with us while watching The Good Doctor? How about that?
Have we talked about that on the show?
Yeah, we have.
I think we mentioned it
so.
on
Oh,
the show.
I think it got revealed at the end of the episode. I forgot. Yeah. You son of a gun. You little
It was a good
trickster.
show.
after he talked about
Was it at least a good
OnlyFans.
episode? Was it a banger?
It was the first episode.
Steven started a
Who
show.
started the good doctor?
The podcast.
He started a new
That's worse,
show.
right? That just is way
That
worse.
makes it worse, yeah.
You started it? You weren't even like invested in it?
It was literally just like Steve was just like, oh, what am I gonna do during this podcast?
Did you finish that show? Did you finish it?
No,
What
I
happened?
dropped it like
And you
One
it was
dropped
boring
it?
by like the 8th
Oh.
episode.
Oh my days.
But
It
Steven,
was
it's the
so
Good
good,
Doctor.
but not good enough.
Steven, it was
I
good
know,
enough to
but-
make you not want to do the podcast. So like surely
Not good enough to finish.
it has something in there.
Not all good people have a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have their downfalls.
you heard it here
All
All right,
first.
all right,
Yeah,
Sans.
Good.
All right, who's next?
My favorite moment on the podcast was when Steven came in with the MRE in the live episode.
That was really fun.
I like that.
Yes,
So
Steven.
there
How
he
did that
just
come
appears
about,
like
by
a
the
mob
way?
boss.
I was just interested in the MRE.
Steven's.
Yeah,
Steven's
didn't you
it.
buy them like at that store near the Mothman Museum?
By like 2.
Yeah, you did buy it too.
Yeah, he did.
I remember that sunroom smelled like that. What was it, like lasagna or something like that?
Yeah.
It was like
No, it
beef
was-
stroganoff.
It was beef.
Like,
The
noodle or whatever.
sunroom smelled like that for the rest of the night.
Oh my god.
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Airbnb was expensive. They gotta deal with
Can
spaghetti.
deal with the beef.
They can deal with the beef smell. It just adds flavor to the plants.
Well, my
True.
favorite moment is when Jeffrey. Hello? Oh.
So,
Hello?
my favorite moment. and this ended up-
Hey, Pickle was
Bro,
going.
we disconnected there for a
I
second.
got
Oh,
lagged a
happy
little
1
bit.
year anniversary! Yay!
Oh.
Nico, I think your hair's in the camera.
What just happened?
Nico, did
I
like
think some of your red hair
Pickle
just
broke
got into
his-
the camera there.
Whoa.
Hi, Fako. For audio listeners, Fako punched his camera and then his red hair got all over the place in the frame.
For audio listeners, we hate you.
It's not true. I like you,
The cat-
audio
the
listeners.
Click
cats-
off now. No one here likes you. We make fun of you. We all hold up signs saying the audio listeners can't see this. What a bunch of idiots. Ha ha
Dude,
hee hee
The
ho
cat
ho.
just looked at. I mean, to be fair,
Anyway,
the audio
it's all
listeners
audio
miss
listener.
out on the entire part of the cat that just glanced over at the camera.
Yeah.
So-
Come on, Castbox listeners.
Sorry,
switch,
audio
switch to
listeners.
YouTube, Castbox listeners.
Come on down to our
Google
YouTube channel.
Podcast listeners.
I can't believe Peanut's sitting just in the frame for this
Freaking
episode.
Castbox anchor
likes it.
listeners. So
She wants
so
to.
cute.
She was born to be a star.
She's
her
never
time.
sat right here. The entire time I've had her, she hasn't been like, this is the optimal place to be.
She likes it now.
She
trying to
knows.
think
She
of my
knows how to
favorite
get in
moment.
on quality content. Fako, you were saying one. What was it?
Oh, it was when we were trying to do a bit where I pretended to sponsor you guys in the live episode, and I stood behind a curtain for 5 minutes for you guys to realize after that part that the camera that was pointing at me wasn't turned on. So I stood still as I could behind a curtain for 5 minutes because you guys wouldn't start the segue for me to come on. And that footage just isn't there. That bit's just missing.
Yeah, so they don't actually know if there's someone standing in the corner.
Yeah.
And then during the sponsored segment, we were
You
like,
talk shit about me?
Don't say
It was
we.
me
It was not
specifically.
we. It was
me.
all Jeffrey.
I'll take the fall for that one. It was for the bit. I thought it was pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, Jeffrey's mean to his friends for bits.
Okay.
I got
When you
switched.
put it that way, it makes me feel bad. So
That's okay,
put it-
Jeffrey. I respect you.
You know what? Who's editing this episode?
I am.
Me.
Jeffrey, fuck you.
Zoom in on Peanut.
Okay.
Wow.
It's zoomed
That,
in.
that,
There it is.
I'm not gonna lie. I've noticed when I like watch these episodes, sometimes like they'll be like, "Oh, put this edit in," and then it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, I know. We talked about this.
Maybe we should just stop saying that because I'm just gonna forget.
Put,
Well, we should
put
write it
fi-
down.
Put fire in my hands, and when I blow, make
Okay.
it English.
All right. Hold on.
It
We
makes the
don't make
podcast
money
better.
from this show. We don't make money. I don't want to put fire in people's
Put
hands.
Big Chungus in my hand.
The Joy-Cons?
Oh my
Put Big Chungus in my hand,
The
and I'm going
production
to move
value
it
is
around,
going
so you
up.
have to do track motion.
Oh my
No,
day. Okay.
No.
All right.
And-
Move on.
and
All
one
right. My
tilted my hand, and Big Chungus fell out of my hand.
whoa! I can't believe that made it into the edit.
Yeah, I can't wait
Whoa.
for them, for all of them to see that bit on the YouTube.
And then you
version.
zoom in
Just
on
cut
Peanut
the
again.
bit, so it was included.
Okay, my favorite Kroop Scoop moment actually comes from when we briefly talked about a murder, and there was a bit where it was the anime man, Joey the anime man. So I decided to bust out my expert Australian accent. And then Fako did not like the accent. Or no, he liked the accent.
No, I
But-
didn't.
What happened? I don't remember.
Oh,
I remember you really liking it.
I don't think he did. I don't think he did, Jeffrey.
So, no, it was
I
awful.
didn't
Okay.
like any of it because you guys were like anime YouTuber, and I was like, "That's me." And they're like, "Speaking
was-
of anime YouTubers," and that was an instant. Oh no!
It was part of a briefly morbid bit, or morbid segment, and then I did a bit where I was the anime man instead of the actual criminal from the
Can you
story.
bust out the accent really quick? The viewers at home don't know what it is.
Yeah, for just so you know, it's me, Joey, the anime man. So just a little taste of the perfection that I have.
Joey Wheeler!
in your
I
ear hole.
almost thought it was him.
Yeah,
Oh my
he's literally in
gosh.
the room with us right now.
Whoa, is this trash taste?
Okay, guys, who's the anime man?
It's not me.
But my favorite moment
Peanut?
my favorite moment happens to be from my favorite all-time episode, which is the Daneray Jeopardy episode. And an
Hey.
honorable mention, not from that episode, it happens to be whenever Faco was stacking all of his copies of Persona. But
All my JRPGs.
All the JRPGs.
But my favorite, there's a couple of my favorite bits from the, like, I loved the whole Danerate episode. That's like when I made like the clip show of it. I just thought it was like such a funny episode. And I think my favorite part is probably whenever Jeffrey didn't listen to the full Mario question of who is Bowser's #1 troop. He has a physical appearance to Bowser. Jeffrey was so excited to get the buzzer and then goes, "What is Goomba?" and then Dana's like, "No," and we all start laughing. And Jeffrey's face just slowly like goes, like really confused. I also really liked the parts where I lost all of my, or I first won the first Double Jeopardy, and then had an insane amount of points, and then lost all of them immediately at the second Double Jeopardy. Those I also loved those moments.
I'll kind of piggyback off that because that was my honorable mention, which was Daneray Jeopardy, and specifically another one which Jeffrey. It was when I like warned him that you had to answer it in the form of a question, and it was the math problem, and he's like, 4. What is 4? Like he has the course correct, and he's like, Gatorade, please, let me have this one, please.
Can you guys do another Jeopardy episode and let me play?
We could, yeah. We should have more
We
people.
Should.
Yeah.
I would. It was fun. It was fun doing.
By the way, that was all Danerate's idea. Like
Yeah.
that episode was.
Yeah,
not-
Danerade literally made that episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dane. I got some Jeopardy TikToks the other day.
Oh
And I learned that almost all of your video game questions just straight up came from the show.
That's true. Well, okay, not entirely true.
Exposed!
Hold on, not
Oh.
entirely. It was like one category that like
Yeah.
I just looked up like Jeopardy gaming on YouTube, and there was like a whole category. I'm like, boom, there we go.
Yeah, it was because it was just weird hearing Pat Sajak, like be
Wrong
like,
host.
who is? Oh yeah, Alex Trebek, be like, who is Bowser's #1 troop? He didn't.
Okay, they didn't say that.
That wasn't the one. It was some of the other ones, but it was weird.
Actually,
being like,
Jeopardy stole it from me.
Remove that typing.
what?
I was typing and I realized like, oh yeah, that makes noise. So I looked
Oh,
over
yeah,
my
you can-
desk.
don't forget to edit that out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah,
edit
don't
that
forget
out.
to do that.
Yeah. Go
Okay,
ahead and
I'm
do
gonna-
it. Yeah, I'll do that.
I'm gonna name my actual favorite. So that was the honorable mention. Okay, my favorite moment was like the chaos episode that you guys had with like sheep and no, let me finish was and coral and stuff, because I remember so like I was like listening to it over the course of like a couple days, but like the last third I listened to it like on the way to school, and that was the part where like I just kept getting brought up and it like started like bringing up Danerate in every episode. And like I was like the one person that wasn't there because I was gonna, I was in the next episode. I think that the next episode was a Jeopardy episode, but like I just kept hearing my name, and I'm like listening to this in the car. I like, oh my god, it's great. It's honestly a personal favorite episode of mine.
Yeah.
Is that how you realized you made it? Celebrity?
I'm glad somebody likes that episode because that
I
episode
love that
was-
episode.
That episode's
do.
wild.
So
Great episode.
I haven't listened back to it. I want to go back because it was
I haven't
so
listened
insane
back
to
to it.
record.
Yeah. You know what else was an insane episode? The Grainy episode.
Yeah, that was pretty
Sad-
insane.
Sadly,
Really?
it's insane how it still has 24 views total.
Honestly, I
Yeah, it should have more than that.
I still really like whenever you do the clip show of the year. You need to at least put the thing where Greenie has the Lego version of Bill Cipher
Oh, yeah,
and picks
yeah.
it up and breaks it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's probably my favorite. If anything good thing came out of that episode, besides Greenie finally being on the podcast,
Well, there was
even though he
also-
wasn't his normal self.
There was also a part where we got Greeny to talk about NFTs and how he might be interested in like investing in NFTs, and then Hayne goes, "All right, overrated, underrated. Let's start with NFTs." And everyone says overrated, and like Greeny's like, "Wow, just like that, huh?"
Yeah.
Not investing anymore.
Are we doing overrated?
Aged poorly.
Yeah,
we
are
will-
we gonna bring back that segment?
We will be
Yeah, we
doing
do
that
have
today.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'm glad that you brought that up. We actually have a few overrated, underrateds that we were planning for this episode.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Not,
great.
So-
but not until we do Jeffrey's "Would You Rather" corner. All right,
No.
Jeffrey, take the wheel.
We're not doing it. I didn't bring any.
Okay, it's just like last time.
No, last time it was our whole group idea. We had a group idea that we would do Would You Rather for an episode. This was back when we kind of had poor planning, more than we do now. And then we were like, let's do a Would You Rather episode. And then we got like 20 minutes in. I was the one asking, so I just kept going. And then nobody like was making me stop. And then it turned out really bad, and we cut the episode off and we scrapped it. Group Scoop fans. In other words, would you rather
And Steven was there too.
have a personal maid or a personal chef?
Chef.
Made.
A maid, yeah.
No.
Chef.
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 Yeah, Steven likes Gordon Ramsay. Steven likes Gordon Ramsay.
Who's the
Love
maid,
her.
Sarah? Who's
Oh,
the maid?
so
Sarah? Is that you,
she's
Hayden?
not on camera right now, but
I
peanut check.
switched to the show. I thought of it for 2 seconds.
Gaming keyboard moment.
Gaming cat moment. Whoa, she's glared at the Danerate at that. He was pissed. Yeah, I'd rather have a personal chef because I'm really bad at cooking, and I'm trying to eat healthier and be a healthier person, and the cooking is probably one of the biggest.
I had panda
Um,
tonight.
I had Taco Bell today. I was like,
had
I'm allowed to
Wendy's.
eat. I was like,
What was
I'm
your
allowed to
panda?
eat. I'm allowed to eat one fast food a week or 2 fast foods a week, and today was my one.
What'd you
What'd you
say?
say, Steven?
So what was your panda?
What did I get at Panda?
Yeah.
Bamboo.
Yeah, what'd you get?
Yeah, what was your panda?
Bamboo.
In your panda.
They eat bamboo.
I got
Doesn't make any sense to it.
What? What's in your panda?
What's your Panda Express order? How about that?
okay.
No,
okay.
no.
It's-
That's not as fun.
Would you rather eat
Talking
Panda
about?
Express or eat at Panda Express?
Would you rather eat Panda Express or eat, I don't know, grilled chicken
look
burrito?
Express
Would you rather?
Hey, look, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. Group, you little piece of trash. I was keeping it together. Sorry. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I had an outburst.
On 250 would you rather questions to learn
Woo,
more about
that's
your
gonna-
friends.
Now we have
Expected.
content for the rest of the episode.
Peanut's looking at the screen right now.
I'm going to pick one at random. I'm
Steven!
just gonna scroll down.
Steven, switch Good
Yeah.
Doctor on. Let's watch the first episode
Wait.
right now.
Actually,
Okay.
okay. Here,
This is
okay.
not how this was supposed to
Steven.
go.
Steven,
What?
give me a number between 1 and 250.
69.
69.
Okay, 69. Would you rather you're to only be able to talk to your dog, or for your dog to be able to talk to only you, and everyone thinks you're nuts?
Well, which would you?
I'd rather let my
I-
dog talk to me.
What does it mean?
What?
I'd only be able to hear my dog? Would
Can't hear
be-
anything else.
would
So you
rather
just
be
hear
able-
woo, woo, woo.
Would you rather you to only be able to talk to your dog, or for your dog to be able to talk only to you? He can't talk to anyone.
No.
He can't talk to anyone. This would just be an improvement for my dog.
Dog upgrade moment.
Okay, someone give me another number
Dog
between
bone.
1 and 250. That was like,
Not too- Overrated,
Jeffries.
underrated. Woohoo!
So that's the end of
yeah.
Jeffries. Would you rather corner?
Punish the zombies.
Okay, overrated, underrated.
Overrated,
Plants vs.
underrated.
Zombies.
Go.
Okay. Plants vs. Zombies. Let's let
Oh,
the two
I-
Plants
I-
vs. Zombies
Or,
guys
or
talk first.
properly rated.
Yeah, or properly rated.
I want to say properly rated because, like, if you asked me the question like 5 years ago, I would say underrated. But like now, all these kids who played the game originally like grew up and they're like, I'm gonna make a PvZ1 retrospective, and PvZ1 is such a well balanced game, and it has stood at the test of time, and the whole PvZ like uprising in 2020, it's dead now. It's fine. Has sparked interest in the game itself. So I would say it's rated properly.
To play on that, I'd actually think it's overrated.
Oh,
I think I may be biased because I get comments on my videos daily about how
this day.
my tier lists are wrong. I got a comment yesterday, my Plants vs Zombies 2 tier list, who called me a casual. He's like, this guy is clearly a casual Plants vs Zombies 2 player.
They're competitive.
What does that mean?
They're a competitive thing.
And
Exactly.
And only a casual game.
no, there's a ranked mode in Plants vs Zombies 2.
What?
And it's garbage.
What?
It is.
Okay.
How do you climb? How do you climb in the ranked mode?
No, I don't.
you-
It's not even worth explaining.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just silly.
Oh my
But
gosh.
I don't know how. I've never played it.
Just
But
briefly, I'm curious.
I could. Do you really want me to explain it? Like,
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Like I don't need the whole.
So in a nutshell, so it's kind of like, well, your opponent is gonna
in a
be
walnut
like,
shell.
what?
In a walnut shell.
Plants vs. Zombies.
So
involves plants,
your
I don't know
opponent
if
will
you
be
knew
like ghost data, like, you know, it's gonna be like a player's some random player's performance. So like every week they have like a level that they'll make, and so depending on like where you kill a zombie, that'll give you a certain number of points. So if you kill a zombie farther to the right, it'll give you the most points. And so you just have to try to kill as many zombies as quickly as possible. And then you just want to get more points than you're like. It doesn't even feel like a 1v1 because you're not even like going against them live. It's just like a random. Like it shows like their player name, but if they just like, it's basically the game just flashing a random number for you to beat. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
That's trash.
It's
sucks.
not fun. I don't, and I'm gonna try to keep this brief. It sucks even more because, like, well, I say halfway through the game's life. The game is like almost 10 years old. They just keep updating it. Halfway through, they incorporated like a plant upgrade system. It's awful. It breaks everything, but that's like a whole other rant. But the point being that like basically to like climb the competitive PvZ2 ladder, you have to get seed packets to upgrade your plants, and it's like a never-ending cycle because you're gonna go up against someone who has like maxed out. It's like Clash Royale basically. Like you're gonna go up against someone with like maxed out stats or whatever, and then you're gonna lose, and the game's gonna be like, "Oh, you lost. You can buy stuff to make you not lose. You can buy stuff." So it's just like it's not even a fun game mode. Like I think that's like the thing that hurts the most. Like at least like. I don't know, like, I haven't played, like, Clash of Clans and Clash Royale in, like, years, but, like, I thought at the time they were fun mobile games. I think this game mode is, like, not fun. So, anyways.
But alongside that, I also think that the original Plants vs. Zombies is not as good as everyone says it is.
Oh.
I feel like it's a good game. I feel like it's a great game. I feel like it's a top. I feel like it is a really good game. But I feel like for it to have this, it's really interesting because I feel like the character designs are fantastic and the music's great. I hear the Plants vs. Zombies music everywhere. I heard it on like a friggin' Mr. Beast TikTok the other day. Like it was playing friggin' Loom Balloon or something.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Anyways.
And I think that it's a great game. I feel like it still has such a big following. That like every time I see it's so weird because I want to say it's like it's overrated by the fans, but it's I'd say it's like pretty averagely rated in the grand scheme of things.
I would agree with that probably. Yeah.
Because like
the people who like it love it.
Yeah,
Or,
and you know what? If you like it,
everyone
I'm
does
really
love
happy. I'm really happy that you like it because it's a good series and I love the characters. But it's very weird that this Plants vs. Zombies tier list I made as a joke got so much,
big.
and I'm very thankful for it. But
So what you're saying
It's
is
so
everyone
weird.
should read the Chinese Plants vs Zombies manga.
Yeah, I want to actually do that. I think it'd be actually pretty cool. But yeah, I think it's overrated by fans, pretty averagely rated by the rest of the world.
Yeah, we'll like move on to the next topic, but like I won't get like too into it because I might make a video on it in the distant future.
Ooh.
But like,
We're
oh
getting
wow,
early sneak peeks.
sneak peek. No, I've written like notes about it. I've like briefly talked about it to Viddy. But like the problem is like a lot of the like there are, and I guess this is kind of with like any game series, but there are fans who just like they just like live and breathe Plants vs Zombies, and I'm like,
Why?
like
Why this game?
there's just like I don't know. I think that's why I kind of agree with Viddy's sentiment is that like it's fun, but to go to like that level of like
The fact that so many people got mad at us for the star fruit was
Oh, that
like
too.
proof enough that like this very easy, this very simple and easy tower defense game from 2003. When did
9.
it come out? 2009.
Yeah.
Like has to this day, like almost 20 years later, still a following where they're ranking these 50 or so plants and getting mad at the ranking of them is insane.
I mean, okay, like to be fair, it kind of sounds like you're more like mad at the community than like the game itself.
I am mad at the community, but yeah, I also
We hate you. We hate you.
I love the Plants vs Zombies community
Just
a
kidding,
little
Plants
bit.
vs.
There
Zombies.
are
I got
certain
lucky.
parts of the community I really love. Like
Yeah.
Hey,
for sure. I do not want to downplay that.
I
some
agree.
Plants vs. Zombies fans are bad. Not all of them, some of them.
Yeah.
But I
Some of
mean,
them are
that's
very
the thing
nice.
is like that's
My
kind
dad's
of
one.
most
That's a
that's
lot of
most like
fan bases.
communities.
That's most communities,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's the
I
thing.
think it's weird because this is just one that I guess I found myself in, which is weird because I've never had any passion for it, except
Wait,
for
it's kind of an unintentional.
yeah, it's whatever. I still actually really liked the community. A lot of people I've met through the Plants vs Zombies community have been really nice.
That's
AKA
technically me.
yeah, me and you met because of that video. And also,
Yeah.
if that video wouldn't have done well, my Jackbox video may have not done well, and then I would have never met Faco.
Aww.
And Faco's
We're
one of my best
building
friends.
connections here at the Kroop Scoop.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next one. Underrated, overrated. Washing your hands after you pee. Be honest.
After or
Underrated.
before?
So here's the thing.
After.
I'm
Properly
gonna
rated.
say it's underrated because I think literally everyone should fucking do it. Freaking do it. My bad.
Okay.
I think everyone should do it.
Yeah.
So the
I
fact that
agree. I agree.
there is a lot of people who don't wash their hands after they go to the bathroom. That means it's not popular enough. I think the washing their hands community still has a lot of room to grow.
Okay, okay. Is there anybody who would like to take up the other side?
I'll try. I'll say it's overrated.
Okay.
Even
Why?
though I
Come on,
wash
your
my hands
team,
every time.
man.
Okay. Not washing your hands can build up your immune system.
That's not inaccurate, but that's not a good way to put like
Save some
Okay.
time.
So you like rub your nose when you finish peeing, like
Yeah.
you
Wipe
gotta
your
do the
ass.
speed run. You gotta do the speed run.
All right, Steven, what do you say?
overrated, underrated, or properly rated.
Just don't wash your hands.
Just don't.
Overall?
Wow.
Don't wash your
Forever?
hands.
That's
At all?
Just try it out. See how it feels.
Yeah.
feels
See how it
wrong though.
feels.
Yeah.
Feels like
Yeah.
there's shit on my hands, even though like you know.
All right, I will
That's
say.
your mind making you think that.
Okay. Well, I don't want to be on the same team as Steven because he's an insane person. I will say it's underrated overall because there are people who have too much pride. I will say there are times where I go completely hands-free. I'm talking no hands to genital contact, no pee whatsoever. Then I don't wash my hands.
Do you flush the toilet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think there's
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
PP
But-
particles
There's
on the
germs
handle.
on the-
if
handle.
a PP if your
Well,
hand
I'd
is
wash my
on your
handle.
PP
You guys
and
don't
then
like
you
clean your
flush
handle?
the toilet, there are PP vibes on the toilet handle now. So if you
Don't
go
pee on the
handless-
handle?
No. if you're washing your hands because your hands were on your pee and then you're touching the toilet handle and washing your hands, if you don't touch your hands, you're still touching something that has pee vibes on it. Therefore, you need to wash
You're
your
saying
hands.
vibes, but is it germs or vibes? What's going on?
Germs, but I think vibes is a funnier way to say it.
I mean, okay, I like 99% of the time I do, but sometimes I get the rare 100%. But I can see
The
what
rare
you're saying about the handle. Yeah,
So you're saying 99% of the time you do wash your hands?
most of the time. Yeah.
When do you not? Sometimes
When
I
I
don't.
don't
If I like
touch
it's in the
anything.
middle of the night, like I just pee and then I don't feel like it.
Funnily enough,
that's-
I have had the issue where I've washed my hands too much and like the back of my hands have gotten like red because of how dry they are because
Yeah,
I
that's
wash my
also-
hands a lot. Because like my school, like in high school, like years ago, got like the flu swept my school one time, and I started washing my hands religiously because I didn't want to get sick. I didn't want the flu. And even when flu season passed for that school year, it became so ingrained. If like, for example, I've touched my mouse. I am not like I touched my mouse. Mouse is like this isn't a dirty mouse, but I'm not gonna eat anything until I wash my hands because I touched the mouse or I touched anything or I pet my cat.
Yeah. You have like this subconscious like feeling that you have something in your hands.
Yeah, and I don't want to eat some of those delicious chips I have over there
Yeah, you don't wanna
until
eat
I
your-
know my hands are at least a little bit cleaner. So
Makes sense.
this is an oddly
Counterpoint. They're your own germs. You can't get sick from yourself.
yeah, but what if I
When you
have,
on the mouse, I should specify. Sorry.
well if I pet Peanut and then I touch my mouse, then it's Peanut's germs on there.
Peanuts.
It's true. Peanut the cat. Well,
Thank you for that.
Peanuts
Steven.
movie.
my thing is, Peanut's also your close family member.
And
You love
she's a
Peanut.
dirty,
You kiss Peanut
stinky
on the mouth.
rapscallion. She knows this. This isn't a secret.
Okay. Fine. I can respect your opinion, and most of the time, I wash my hands. So,
I think we all do, hopefully.
except for
Maybe not
Steven,
Steven.
he doesn't wash them at all.
Steven.
Okay, I'm not a madman.
Wait, what's
He
the
washes-
standard?
He washes his hands with his pee.
I know.
Yeah, has Dana ready to wash his hands? Probably.
Yeah, I wash my hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see your hands
Okay.
then.
Yeah, hand cam.
Yeah, hand reveal.
Yeah, put your hand up.
No, I.
Next topic.
All right.
All right,
All right.
Family Guy.
I think it's underrated.
Family Guy?
I think
Overrated.
Family Guy is.
I'm gonna
I
go
think
with
Family-
underrated.
I think Family Guy gets way too much hate, and I think hating on Family Guy is so popular. I don't think it's like a fantastic masterpiece of a show, but I do think that there's some. What I find is that like there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I don't like Family Guy, but I'll go and watch the clips on TikTok all day, or I'll go and like every time a Family Guy clip comes up on TikTok, I'll watch it, but it's not funny. I just watch it. Like there's a lot of people who do that, and I'm like, just you're allowed to like it just because like it's not highbrow humor and it's not like great. You know, it's okay humor. It's still some of it's funny, some of it's gross, some of it's not funny, but some of it is funny. And I think that it is way overhated because it's gotten this speculation of like being like, oh, Family Guy's so unfunny that it's like become ironically funny. But I think it's both funny sometimes and still ironically funny.
So you're saying it's the Nickelback of adult cartoon.
Yeah, I've listened to some Nickelback. I think I don't think it's that bad. I think it's all right.
Based?
I don't-
Based?
So
You
yeah,
know what?
that's
Yeah,
my
I
take
think
on
it's
Family
funny.
Guy.
I'll co-sign that.
I've
I have
been
not watched
watching,
Family Guy, so I can't say
watching
much.
TikTok.
You haven't watched
I've been watching
any
TikTok
Family
clips.
Guy?
I mean, like a little bit.
Yeah, Dana's
Like,
pure. He's
Oh,
not
he's
allowed to
wild.
watch it.
No, I don't know. It's just like I don't know. It's just something that I haven't really looked into or watched. I've seen like clips and I've seen like a couple episodes.
Peter
but-
Griffin. You've seen Peter Griffin.
I think
playing
the characters
Quagmire.
are the best part. They're like stupid.
Yeah.
They're so dumb. But I've been liking it. I've been getting the TikTok clips, and I've been laughing at a few jokes a little too much. It caught me off guard, and I was like, "This shit sucks."
I just
but
can't watch like
people
an
shit on
actual
it.
episode. Like I can watch clips.
I don't think so. I don't think I care about the stories or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they're really designed for
just for
like you to care
laughs.
about the story. They're just methods to tell jokes.
So that's
Yeah.
why the clips are the best part because they don't.
Yeah. They
Usually they don't put
cut
like
out the
the
story
unfunny
a lot.
shit.
Yeah.
They'll find like
Yeah.
a funny joke or two.
What about you, Steven?
I don't watch Family Guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Steven and I are on the same page.
I don't think anyone here actively
what about-
watches full episodes
What about
of
Peter
Family
Griffin,
Guy.
the character? What about Peter Griffin, the character?
I'm cool with
Oh.
Peter Griffin.
I love
I like
Peter.
Peter.
Properly
See,
rated,
okay.
in my opinion.
I
Yeah.
think the
Overrated.
characters have like transcended the show itself. Like the characters are all funny, and there's like a
Yeah.
clip or two where it'll be really funny. But most of like I don't know if like you can't sit down and watch the proper show. I feel like that says something about the show's quality that you can't like tolerate 22 minutes of it.
Yeah.
Well, also, when's the last time anyone has attempted to?
Oh.
That's a good.
I don't-
That's a good
I
point.
don't watch it
right
I
now,
haven't
man.
tried.
Yeah,
Well, I
see,
never get
Yeah.
the itch.
There was a time last year where my internet was really bad. YouTube wouldn't load. The only thing that would load for me was Hulu, and it was weird. The only shows that would work because like the art style was so flat and the animation like nothing crazy ever happened. I could only watch episodes of Seth MacFarlane shows in 480p, and that went on for a fucking week. I watched so much Modern, Family Guy, and American Dad, and I didn't laugh once. But it was something to watch
I've heard
because my
people-
internet wasn't like most of my internet wasn't working.
I've heard people say good things about American Dad. That it's actually like
American Dad is funny.
better than Family
Modern.
Guy.
Here's the thing: American Dad is better than Family Guy, in my humble opinion. However, any show that's been going on for more than 10 years doesn't have any right to still be going on
That's
Jeez.
fair.
because it has scraped off so much of its own identity. This goes for any show that's gone over like 10 years, unless it's been
Simpsons.
following a course for 10 years.
Simpsons, yeah.
It has been.
Even One Piece?
Well,
even
that's
even
been-
JoJo Bizarre?
Hey, Steven, we'll talk about One
Here's
Piece.
the thing.
We'll talk about One Piece.
Here's the thing:
Yeah.
those two shows have been following their own course, their own story. They're not trying to get renewed for another season. They're not trying to drum up some form of watchability. They're following the same story that they've been following this entire time. Family Guy, American Dad, Simpsons, all that stuff that's been going on for a really long time.
Kroop Scoop.
To eventually to pretty much modernize them, they've had to scrap away characters like more individual personality traits and pretty much, and this is a term made from The Simpsons, flanderize all of their characters. Flanderization, he knows. So pretty much they have to boil down their characters to so many less character traits to fit them into new circumstances just because they've run out of material. Family Guy started with Peter being a somewhat dim-witted but caring father, and now he's fucking an abusive alcoholic who hates his children and never loved his wife.
I think that's fair, but also I feel like the Flanderization isn't as big of a deal for something like Family Guy as it is something that's more Well, I feel like the old Family Guy definitely has a lot more going for it than Modern Family Guy because the characters were a little bit more fleshed out, especially like or weren't like ruined as like a lot of people were saying, like stuff like Stewie, like not like Stewie's like characters changed a lot and Brian's characters become a lot more annoying and Peter's become a lot more of an asshole. But I feel like for Family Guy specifically, all the characters, I feel like them being caricatures can work out because I've seen some clips. I don't know what episodes are Modern Family Guy. I consider Modern Family Guy anytime I see a clip of Cleveland with his wife from the Cleveland show after the Cleveland
Fair.
show got canceled and they all came back to Family Guy. And there have been a couple of those where I've really liked those clips, but
Well, that's the thing. They're like isolated clips, though. It's like
Yeah,
as
you're
an
watching the
actual,
isolated
like-
clips. you're just watching the punchline outside of the 22. Imagine
Yeah.
that level of character for 22 minutes straight.
I feel like it could be done, but again, I haven't watched it.
But it isn't being done.
Well, I
Come-
don't know that because I haven't
Come
watched.
back to me when you've watched 5 Family Guy episodes that have come out in the past 3 years.
Okay, Fako, I'm writing that on the list. You know
Should I
what
do it?
list?
Don't tempt him. He's gonna do it. All right.
Next video idea.
Yeah, for Kroop Reels, we're gonna watch the entirety of Family Guys. Okay.
The entirety of Family Guys, there's more than one.
Yeah, there's
All the Family
We're gonna watch the
Guys.
movies
Sideshows.
too. We're gonna watch the movies too.
Oh,
The OVAs.
Father.
Read the manga.
Yikes.
Cleveland
All right.
Show, American Dad.
Hey, what's our next
We've
one,
got
Jeffrey?
What's our next
one
one?
more overrated, underrated. Nintendo. Me
No.
personally, or properly rated, of course. Me personally, I'm gonna go ahead and be very rude and say overrated. Why?
Overrated.
Because Nintendo is like one of the biggest game companies in the world, and they've got a lot to back them up with, like really classic video games and a lot of things that are like big in the scene that people really enjoy. But recently, they've just been pumping out these cheap cash grabs, these rushed games, and they've been like shutting down people's Smash Melee tournaments, even though they really don't have any intention to get the money from Smash Melee for themselves. They've been locking old like retro video games behind
Legacy
paywalls
content.
and stuff. Yeah, like legacy content, they just like they don't let you buy it, and then they just make like a new Mario Strikers that's worse. So, like they are like the position that they have in the industry does not reflect what they are giving to the people. Basically, they're just cashing in like a bunch of cringe lords.
Cringe.
So I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna say I basically agree with that, but I'm gonna say properly rated just because I feel like I probably it's I don't know, it's weird because I like agree with what you're saying, but I also feel like people like acknowledge it. Like this isn't like something that's like slipped under the rug. And I feel like they are being like, especially in the past couple of years, like where a lot of like content creators are like, I still really like Nintendo, but like they're doing a lot of shady business practices and stuff. So I don't know. I feel like they are being called out, and you still do get the occasional gems. Like I know, like in the sea of like Nintendo Switch Sports, they just like casually drop like one of the greatest like critically acclaimed Kirby games just on the Switch, right?
Yeah.
I haven't played it. I've heard really good things about it though. So that's why I'm gonna go down the middle. Like I do agree. I'm also like in a weird position because like
You're Bowser.
well, there's that. But
Doug Bowser.
Doug.
Your stock's
That's why you
connected to
can't do
them.
the face reveal.
That's yeah, I know. You've
Yo,
never
Doug
seen us
Bowser.
in the same room.
Whoa.
Whoa. But I just don't like this year especially. I just like have not had time to play like games, and I almost feel like I keep up with like Nintendo news and stuff, but like I just don't like my Switch is like collecting dust, and I feel like awful saying that, but like on my desk, I swear I say this like every time I'm on the podcast, but I like have like Switch game cases on my desk to remind me, and like most of them aren't open, like Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope not opened. This isn't a Nintendo game, but Pac-Man Museum Plus.
Ooh, I played that
and
game.
like and other stuff like that. So I don't know. I mean, so I'm kind of in that middle where it's also like, yeah, I don't really like some of the stuff they're doing, but there's definitely like people calling them out on it. I don't know. It's weird though. It kind of sucks though. Like cuz
Yeah.
cuz like now there's you got people that are like going kind of like in retrospect they're like the Wii U era was actually kind of good because Nintendo did some of this stuff, but like to a lesser degree because you had like the virtual console and stuff like that. Now I actually kind of disagree with that because I still think the Wii U like kind of sucks because it had like no third party support. The gamepad made it like more expensive than it should have been. There were good games for sure. Yoshi's Woolly World, Mario Kart 8, etc. But now it's like there's kind of like this weird divide where it's like there's definitely some people who will like obeyingly be like Nintendo is perfect. What are you talking about? And then there's other people that are like, Nintendo is garbage. I hate what they're doing. And I'm kind of like I'm just kind of like watching from a far away distance, just kind of in the middle. Yeah. All right.
I
agree.
I am a big Nintendo fanboy, and so this is going to be a little biased. But I do have to say, I don't think it's possible for Nintendo to be underrated because they are one of the biggest like gaming companies. I think if it's like say that it's underrated, it's like wrong. I feel like like it's possible to say that it's overhated. I think it is in some regards. Like there's a lot of like anger put on different aspects of Nintendo and seen as like a big like a lot of people like hyper focus on it. Like there's a lot of problems in Nintendo games that I see in a lot of other game companies, but people just don't pay attention as much because Nintendo's IPs are a lot more like universally like focused on and also by personally from what I've seen a lot more of a childish or a much more of a childish audience like who expect a lot more whenever I was doing the glitches video, there were a lot of glitches I found in Elden Ring whenever I was doing the research. And a lot of people were just like, yeah, it's got glitches. And they just didn't care because, and it wasn't that big of a deal. They didn't show up super a whole lot. But, and I do have to admit, there is a problem with a lot of, like, things that Nintendo's doing, like the Smash thing. It's awful. The lack of previous game support and, like, banning fan content. I understand there's reasons behind it, but it's honestly a really shitty thing to do. They're a big company. I wouldn't be surprised if other big companies did it. It's a big company. But I honestly think that recently, like they've been doing a lot of bangers. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, it's got a lot of technical issues, but if you actually play the game, it's one of the best Pokemon games in the past decade. There's so much that they added.
A Game Freak thing than a Nintendo thing, though.
Yeah,
Nintendo is their home, but it's not their car in the driveway.
Yeah, well, if you ignore Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, there's still Splatoon 3 that just came out, and I've heard great things about it. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I don't know if that's been I don't know if that was made in-house or by a third party, but that was a critically acclaimed game. I've heard that was the best Xenoblade game, which was already like seen as like one of Nintendo's hidden gems of JRPGs, and I've heard a lot of JRPG fans really love Xenoblade. Kirby and the Forgotten Lands, I've heard was really good, and I really love Legends Arceus, but again, that's Pokemon. Like, even like within the past couple years, Mario Bowser's Fury, I played that whenever I was at Haynes, and it was really fun.
It was great.
There's Mario Party Superstars. I've gotten a lot of time out of that. Animal Crossing New Horizons, I feel like, is a fantastic game. Like, even my sister, who's not a gamer, she plays Animal Crossing daily. And then they also had, the big Smash Ultimate thing. That was 5 years ago, but still, there's a lot that Nintendo's done. And I feel like saying that, like, they're all bad because they have problems is, like, just hyper focusing on the bad instead of, oh, they make a lot of these good games. There's a reason that they're so popular. They make a lot of these really popular games with a lot of these really fun characters that are really fun to play and really unique. Like how many and there's a little bit of something for everyone. You got monster capture JRPGs, you got shooters, not first person, but you got third person. And sure, there's a lot of cheap stuff on there. The online system's bad. I think there's a lot of problems with Nintendo, but I think it's pretty all right. And these aren't problems, like Dana said, these aren't problems that have gone ignored. Like, these are problems that people bring up all the time. And I feel like a lot of people will hyper-focus on these problems and not really sit down and enjoy what we have, and instead just focus all of their attention on getting mad on certain things instead of enjoying what else they've brought to the table. Which is like part of the reason why I really want to, which is part of the reason I've been really hyper-focused on Scarlet and Violet, because the game's got really bad bugs and issues. There's a lot of people who have been, I know this isn't like Nintendo's thing, there's a lot of people who've been hyper-focusing on just being like, this is the worst Pokemon game, it's full of bugs and glitches, and they won't even play it. they're like, I'm not gonna spend my money on it, and that's fair because it's a technically not. It feels like a very rushed game, and it probably was to get it out for the holiday season. But it is, if you look at it, you play it, like the people who have played it, who I've seen on TikTok, and who I have experienced, and everyone who I know who's played it said and like has actually gotten a little bit far in it have said it's been one of the most fun Pokemon experiences they've had in years. And I feel like that's the same with a lot of Nintendo's games recently.
So what would you give it? Nintendo.
Pokemon Scarlet Violet or Nintendo?
Nintendo.
Yeah, like overrated, underrated, or rated.
Oh, I'd say it's
properly.
average rated, but it's overhated.
So I'm going to say it's overrated, and I'm not basing it off of the issues they have. I'm basing it off the games. I do think Nintendo. Now here's the thing. I'm going to say this. I'm going to put it out right. My opinion should not be carried the same way as probably everyone else here, because I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a $1.50 with you. I don't play that many video games anymore. And like it's nothing against video games.
You're not a gamer.
Oh,
Take his gamer card.
You think I'm not a gamer? Watch this.
Oh, shit.
Whoa!
You got me there.
Super.
Guys, we have to describe exactly what happened for the audio listeners.
No,
okay?
no,
Take it
no,
away,
audio
Steven.
listeners.
Take it away, Steven.
He did
Keiko stood
the
up and did
worst
a
whip I've ever
backflip.
seen in my life.
Seiko pulled his pants down.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, he did a whip. He whipped, he nanade, and then he pulled his pants down, exposing himself to all of us on camera.
The collective winner.
I did all of that. I did all of that. But like,
Yeah, which is obviously proof of his gamer reputation.
so like, now I'm not your average. But like, I don't normally play video games that often unless it's specifically for some form of project I'm doing, or I'm doing it specifically for social interaction. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll play video games in my spare time, whatever. But the majority of Nintendo games I've played, like, people will tell me it's like the second coming of video games. It's bringing back video games. This is why video games were made. And I'll play it and it'll be okay. Like,
Can you name an example?
Yeah, what's an example?
Breath of the Wild. It was okay. I didn't think it was.
Okay. Seiko, here's the deal about Breath of the Wild in particular. I also have dropped Breath of the Wild and haven't like finished the game. It's one of those games where you have to like get into it. I will say that game is tough to get into. You have to do work to get into it, I feel like.
That's true.
And I feel like if you have to work to get into something, is it as good as something that you don't have to work to get into?
Well, okay.
Because
I had to work really hard to get into your mom's pants.
No.
Really? I didn't have to work hard to get into yours.
What? Why would you throw it back at me? What the heck?
Honestly, as a little
Can I
bit
ask
of
for
a,
it?
I also do want to say, I think that Breath of the Wild is overrated.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
I named
Here we
Breath of the
go.
Wild
Oh my god, extra
Here we
bonus
go.
one.
The reason why I named Breath of the Wild specifically, at least in this circumstance, is I do like the Legend of Zelda games, and you know what? This has nothing to do with my original point, but Breath of the Wild is a good game. I don't think it's a good Zelda game. It's all exploration, which is good. It's a fun game, but it's not the dungeon crawl fun that other Zelda games, like Majora's Mask, my favorite Zelda game is. But a lot of Nintendo games overall, like I'll play them and I won't have the like, this was the greatest experience I've ever had. I just walk away from a lot of them like pretty good. Like Fire Emblem Three Houses, pretty good. Mario Odyssey, pretty good. But you go online and people are like, this is the game of the century. If people made video games in the 1920s, Mario Odyssey would still be better than all of them because you jump in it. And I know that's more of like a me specific thing, and like I'm just not. I give full credence. I give full credence that I'm not coming at these games at the right angle. I'm coming at these games listening to people who are talking about it, telling that, like saying it's the best thing ever. I'm coming into it expecting it to be the best thing that I've ever wanted, and when I play it, I think it's okay. But I remember those reviews. So I'm like, well, this is just okay. And I'm looking at the people who ranked it this high, and I'm right here. So it's overrated. The games are good. They're okay. but I haven't played any Nintendo games that are like,
They go to the swinging, hitting a ball out of the ballpark motion.
yeah.
The ball podcast.
Yeah, the ball.
So that's why I think it's overrated, because I see so many people just hyping these games up, and you play them, they'll be okay. I actually, me and some of my friends in real life have a rule where if we see a Nintendo game, like when reviews for Nintendo games from major reviewers come out, mentally take off a point and a half of every review score because of Nintendo hype.
Fair, I feel like that's fair.
I disagree with all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, Danny's angry.
No, I'm not. No, I don't know. I think it's like no. So hold on. I think it's like an interesting.
Nintendo game.
That's true. I think it's an interesting point. I don't know. I just think, especially like recently. I mean, I know you named the example Breath of the Wild. I mean, I played it in like 2017. So like, I mean, I was what, like 12. I mean, I really liked it at the time. But I feel like just with like a lot of Nintendo games, especially now since like I review them, I like especially like really, not really recently, but I truly try to like look at things in like a game design way, and I may not always like mention it in the video. I kind of have been like a little more recently, but like there are certain elements where they just work so well, but at least for me, like you just don't notice it because like everything just like flows so smoothly. And like Breath of the Wild is like one of those where I feel like for every like 2 or 3 things it does really well, it does like one thing really crummily. And it's kind of one of those things where, you know, like you said, it's how you look at it. It might bring down the experience for you, the annoyances of like, I don't know, having to climb this really tall mountain, and then you need like 2 seconds left, and then your stamina just like immediately runs out, and then you fall and you die. Like,
I didn't mind the stamina thing. I will say this isn't a flaw, just something I personally didn't like. I didn't like the weapon durability mechanic that much. Like I liked the concept of it, but I didn't like just having an absolute inventory full of stuff and just because like when you have a really good thing you don't want to use it because it might break, but then like all of the dungeon weapons I never really used because I was like, well, this would be sentimental to Link, so I don't think he'd use it because it could break.
Yeah, I didn't use those either.
But
I like the system, but like I do have to agree with you. Like when you get like that really like overpowered weapon and you just like don't want to use it, like I
this is
totally
the best,
fall in that camp.
Like, wow, this is the best weapon in the game. Well, I might need it later, so
I brought them all to
now.
Ganon with me.
I like that. But like again, I put full green like I'm not that much of an epic gamer, so like a lot of this stuff just doesn't click with me. I think it's just a matter of I don't go to Nintendo games of my complete own volition. I'll hear such high acclaim and I'll be like, okay, best gaming experience I ever had, and then I play it and then it does the fatal crime of not being Metal Gear Rising.
Oh.
Fair enough. All right. Steven, what do you say? Overrated or underrated? Nintendo.
That Steven's watching The Good Doctor right now.
I am.
Steven, turn it off!
I'm not.
Turn it off!
It was a joke. It was for the bit.
He bit it on us. He literally trolled
Oh,
us.
Steven.
Yeah,
It's a
I feel
silly
like,
goose.
it's like Nintendo got overrated over the years.
Oh yeah,
You know.
True.
Yeah.
I agree.
that's how you personally feel.
You know what? Steven
That's
changed
your
my
popular.
mind.
What?
Yeah, I
Steven changed
agree.
my mind.
That's all I needed.
They didn't give
Over
me
the
an
years.
internship, so
Pickle's gone. His opinion is stupid.
Shut up, Bowser!
Andrew might be a little biased. He is kind of from the Mario movie.
He is
Like-
Doug Bowser, the president of Nintendo America.
And like to show that like I don't hate Nintendo, here's some wacky whimsical Nintendo collectibles I've gathered across
Well, guess,
the years.
hey, Steven has some too,
Fako's
right,
keeping
Steven?
those away from the real
What?
fans.
Steven's got some too, right? You got some.
that's from what?
What do you mean? And Nintendo products, Nintendo games.
You're not paying attention to it?
No.
Come on.
Speaking of
I also want to say one more thing. I also might be a little biased because I have not played a lot of games that are not Nintendo games in the most recent years. So I was thinking, it's like, man, the Smash tournament we had with Fake was really fun. And then I played Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I played the new Pokemon game. And that's about all the new games I've played that aren't like stupid or really old Nintendo games.
Yeah, that's a really funny point to bring up. I'm over here like, yeah, Nintendo's not that good. I'm looking Dana right in the eyes and saying, you're wrong for liking it, and you should be fucking humiliated. And then like a few months ago, I ran a Smash tournament because I like Smash Brothers a lot.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, Jeffrey, swap our thing.
Yeah, we could talk about this forever.
Speaking of Nintendo, there's a certain thing that they're doing that I think is pretty cool, and it's the Mario movie that's going to be coming out with Illumination.
Oh, there's a second trailer that came out yesterday.
Yeah.
They dropped
we
the
watched
second
it live.
trailer. We
Did
talked
we-
about it on the show, or the first trailer when it came out on the show.
Did
And
everybody
the second one
see
has
it?
come out? If any of you seen it?
I saw it.
You didn't see it,
Steven has
Steven?
not seen it.
I didn't even know there was a second trailer.
Did you know there was a movie?
Got Dana in it.
Yeah.
Actually, it doesn't have Dana in it.
You know
I saw the first trailer.
I was in the trailer.
Yeah, I saw
He
you.
was,
That's
he
why
was. Yeah, you
The
can.
second
yeah.
trailer?
voice.
Yeah, Dana
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
yeah. There was a
That
scene
was
with
him.
Bowser in it. He had Luigi.
Well, we can describe. Yeah, the second trailer basically they show Luigi talking. Donkey Kong's there now, and he beats the trash out of Mario.
they're teasing
Peach-
Smash Brothers.
Yeah, Peach has an axe.
Yo, that's
I
badass.
thought you were about to say.
She's like rides a motorbike.
has-
Yeah,
and
she has
she's
an axe.
badass.
She has an
And,
axe.
guys, come on.
Perfect.
You know what? I take it back. Nintendo's kind of underrated.
Yeah.
I don't know why Dana went
What
on
else
that.
did I do?
I'm so
I don't know why
glad
Dana
that-
went on that rant talking about how much he hates Nintendo and wishes it went out of business.
Yeah, they do
Okay.
Mario Kart in the movie as well.
Yeah, on Rainbow.
So what do you
Road.
guys
glad that-
think? You guys
I'm
think
glad
it's gonna
that-
be
Okay,
Honestly,
cool?
okay, I actually have like probably an unpopular. Like, I like the trailer. The Mario Kart section actually like kind of not like literally scared me, but like it scared me in the fact that like I'm worried that like the movie is gonna be like all references with no substance. Like that.
That's
Like when I saw
Ready
that, I was
Player
like,
One.
Yeah.
I was yeah. I was like is this really like like unless they find some like genius way to like incorporate everything. Like I'm honestly a little. This might surprise you. I am excited for the movie, but I feel like the response is a lot more positive than what I would give it, simply because it's made by Illumination, and I don't have a lot of faith in their writing. The movie looks great. Like, it's probably their best looking movie.
Yeah, it looks really
What else
good.
have they done?
They did
Minions.
Minions, Despicable Me, Sing.
Yeah, man, yeah.
They've done
Um,
Sing.
I know Viddy's raising his hand, but I'm just gonna not acknowledge that for a quick second. Anyway, so
Now we'll remember your question.
but so that
Vinny
so
said
that
Nintendo's overrated.
so that part scared me a little bit. So I'm cautiously optimistic. That's how I'm feeling. Okay, forwarding the motion to acknowledge Viddy.
Thank you, Chairman. I wanted to say, has anyone else here seen the Emoji Movie?
No.
No.
I have
You
not.
have
It's
though,
given
huh?
me real. I watched the Emoji Movie in theaters, and I have to say, it was one of my favorite theater experiences of all time because it was an empty theater with me and all of my friends, except for a dad and his kid in the back row. So we just made jokes to each other the whole time. Hold on, Peko, I'll get you in a second. But we still had to whisper because there were other people in the theater. But the Mario movie is giving me really big Emoji Movie vibes of like specifically the main trio. I know this is like a cinematic trio that's happened in a lot of like specifically 3D animated kids films recently, where there's the kind of like optimistic main, like generic main character. There's the badass tough female love interest, and then there's the goofy comedic sidekick, which is looking to be Peach and Toad. Because what's really interesting that I found in the trailer is that it's not going to be Peach, the damsel in distress. It's going to be Luigi being the damsel in distress by the looks of it, which I think is really interesting. And I feel like they did that just so they could have that classic trio with the shots of like Princess Peach with the axe and her, like I think it was like her, Toad, and Mario, and like Mario's like whoa, and Peach was like ready to kill something with like a gun. She had like I don't know,
Whoa.
but well, Dana is raising his hand. Hold on, Dana, I'll get to do a second. Fako
had a question first,
Fako into
so-
motion.
Why are we a classroom now?
Why did you watch the Emoji movie?
Because it was in theaters and it was my friend Garrett's birthday and we thought it would be really funny and it was
What a great
it was a really
birthday
fun time. It was a great birthday present. It was really fun. I have a picture of me and my friend in the theater, but it's so blurry that you can't tell anything that's happening. Yes, Dana Raiden?
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, yeah, you're raising your hand.
He raised his hand. Audio.
I mean, yeah, I kind of agree with that. I just kind of am like fearing it's gonna like fall into the trap of like just kind of like a formula with like Illumination. I haven't watched the recent, but I remember watching like Sing. I think Despicable Me 1 is good, but like that's it.
I like Despicable Me 1.
I like the first Despicable Me is good. But I've watched a couple of their other movies, like Sing and Secret Life of Pets, and there's just like a certain like
Secret Life of Pets. I forgot they did.
They
that.
like
Movies
there's like a
suck ass.
certain way they just like write things, and it's like
Yeah.
that certain
It's very-
it's like formulaic,
Yeah.
like the story. And I'm like holding out that like Nintendo, like I kind of hope they like micromanage the whole process because like I just to keep them in check, just because I don't know. Illumination has just like mastered like marketing because like all their movies like are very mediocre, if not like probably technically bad on like. But if I'm not like a movie review, I don't know. But they just like do so well, and I just like don't really like that because it just kind of encourages like lazy writing. Like, I mean, the Secret Life of Pets is like Toy Story, but pets. So
Yeah,
Here's
they're all really cookie cutter.
Yeah, here's
Yeah.
what I think about Illumination. I think the reason that they're so popular is because they are so simple and they're so accessible. Like, I know a lot of people who I watched Secret Life of Pets. I didn't think it was. I've never remembered that I watched that movie except whenever people bring it
It's
up.
Toy Story with
There's
pets.
there's nothing
Yeah.
memorable about it. But
That's not-
I do remember whenever I was watching it, I enjoyed it. I thought it was cute. I thought it was whatever. I don't think it was memorable. I don't think it was like special. I think it was an enjoyable experience for me, who I was a junior in high school and we watched it during history class because it was like the end of the year and our teacher didn't want to do anything.
Oh.
So it's like they could just licked a Nintendo cartridge, but I think
That's
the
one good
reason
thing about
why
Nintendo.
Illumination
I like that cartridges have flavor.
Illumination's like
My son is sick.
very
Go ahead.
simple. It's not very good. It's very basic.
yeah,
It's fine. I feel like the writing's very, they have a formula. They stick to it. It seems to work. Like I feel like the people who watch Illumination aren't people who want to watch complex movies. They just want something to put on. They just want like
Yeah,
something to show their baby.
that's
Yeah,
what movies
I think
basically are.
Illumination fan base is children.
Hey,
And then
who raised their hand first?
I raised my hand first. I raised my hand first.
freaking
Hold on. I got one more thing.
Holographic
I got one more thing. And I also think that I don't really expect a lot coming from a Mario movie itself because Mario does not have a story besides Mario saving Peach, and that's already not going to be in the movie because Peach isn't the one in distress. I believe I saw Hane raising his hand first, so I'm going to bring it over to Hane.
Okay, I just want to say I'm glad that Peach's voice actor doesn't use her British voice.
Yeah, Hane is raised.
I hate British.
That actor's done a Russian voice before too.
Hane, you're the chairman. You get to pick
Oh.
who goes next.
Since Danaraid's already talked, I'm gonna say Jeffrey.
I've got counterpoints to a lot of what's being said here. I say that Illumination is very basic, but what I've seen through these
Okay, can I
trailers
talk
is
now? I don't-
actually. Excuse me, excuse
Yes,
me, young man.
the
I am the
right
chairman.
now.
I'm saying that I think as long as this movie is very memeable, like the Minions are memeable, they've won.
Yeah, they just.
I say that's fair.
they don't have to make a movie that's like good because kids don't really care about good movies. They care about a movie that's fun
I
to watch.
want a good movie.
Well,
Daner, you're in high school.
I know that I don't
I
believe
think
in
there's a
Illumination at all.
I think there's a good chance it will be a good movie.
I think
I
it'll
think
be
It
there's
could
a
be, that's
chance,
true.
but I just don't see it. But I only want good memes, honestly. After seeing all the memes from like just the trailers alone, I'm like, okay. I'm
I
cool
think it'll
with
be
this.
fun no matter what.
I think so
Yeah.
too. I think honestly, I really hope that. When is it coming out? March,
April.
April. Hey, I'm gonna see if I can go and visit like you guys for the.
Oh my
watch party. That'd be
god.
awesome.
Ooh,
Yeah, like we
That'd
go
be
to the
sick.
theaters or whatever. Like I think
Yeah,
that'd be
that'd be
really
sick.
fun.
That'd be super awesome.
Mario Party
Yeah,
in
I'll
theaters.
Alright.
see. It depends. It
Mario
depends on my
Party
job at the
movie
time.
Party.
Danner is doing a karate chop in the air, so he really wants
All
to
right,
talk
I was
about it.
like
What
trying
did
to
you have
flip
say?
this. I don't know how to flip this. What? I can't
Why'd
flip
you
this.
use a
in the-
different hand?
Daner's doing the
Ah,
left turn.
don't
I
chop
wanted to
me.
do.
He's like jabbing me.
I wanted to do like two hands. Okay.
Okay,
There you go.
Alright.
How'd you do that?
I'll just finish off by saying like I think it like. Oh my god.
Wait, what the
The
heck?
audio for not forgetting
It's
you audio
four
listeners
hands.
out there.
Oh, so sorry,
there are
audio
two
listeners.
hands on my screen, and everyone is mimicking the.
They're
Yep.
both one hand. Right, sorry.
Anyway, so we're moving the hands now. I do think it'll be like I think it'll be fun. The references will be great. I just hope like that doesn't like carry the whole movie. I'm just worried that like everyone's just thinking like, oh, this movie's gonna be like so like because Illumination like masters the trailer. Like they use all the best jokes in the trailer. Like they know how to edit things. They like get it. Their marketing budget is like freaking insane. Like they
Yeah.
spend so much money on marketing. They just like have mastered it. So like I just fear that people are gonna think this is amazing, and I think it will be good. I just think people might be disappointed slightly. That's what I have to
Isn't
say.
going to be as good as the Sonic, is what you're saying.
Okay, can we talk about the Sonic movie briefly? I don't think it's good. I don't
I've
like
never
this kid.
it.
Okay,
I've
what about
never
the
seen
second
it.
one? What about the second one?
Okay,
Never
I've seen
it.
the first one and I've caught the second half of the second one. Here's the problem with the Sonic movies, okay? They use the worst part of any Sonic video game, which is a part where the weird anthropomorphic hedgehogs talk to people in real life. And it's stupid. And it doesn't really and the humans have their own stories, and I'm like, damn, I didn't ask, you know? Like, I don't care about these people. I want to see a blue hedgehog running through a bunch of robots and kicking the air and stuff and being awesome. Which there is a little bit of that, and it's awesome when it's that.
Any of you guys played Sonic Frontiers yet?
No, I'm Poe.
No.
No.
That game's awesome.
Yeah, I watched Faco beat that game.
Yeah, I have to watch Evangelion because I didn't beat it on the
Wow.
attempts that I thought I was going to beat it on.
Yeah. Well, you got 1 month left, Faco.
Hey, free video.
I have a bunch of free time coming up, so I'm probably going to
Oh yeah, next week or something.
Yep, not next week, but the week after. So I'm probably gonna I'm probably gonna see who's available and see who wants to watch Evangelion with me.
Jeffrey, what's our next topic?
Good to
Oh
know.
yeah, actually, wait, hold on, Steven, what's your take on the Mario
What do
movie?
you think about the Mario movie, you little guy? You little silly dude?
Would you like me to lick another Nintendo cartridge?
Mario Party. Yes.
Yep, Mario Party.
in the background.
Why'd you say
Okay.
Mario Party?
It's gonna be a Mario
Do
Party.
you think there will be a Mario Party segment in the movie?
Absolutely,
Oh,
10
yeah.
billion%.
They go,
There has to be.
yeah, Mario, Peach, and Toad and Donkey Kong are like they run and they're like, oh no, it's the Wispy Woods. I don't remember. Wait, no, that's from Kirby. I'm trying to think of a Mario Party map. I'm trying to think of a Mario
Oh
Party
my
map.
god,
It's like, what's going on?
Bowser's
Mario,
Costco.
you have to hit the dice to see how far you can move. What? I got a 6. And then it goes,
What?
chance time.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned like when you first started talking, you start talking about the Emoji Movie. It reminds me of like the Candy Crush segment in that
Yeah.
movie, where they're like, "We have to play Candy Crush to get to the
How
next."
it's like a giant advertisement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Pat made a game theory talking about if it was legal or not.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's good.
Or
Okay.
not, welcome to Game Theory.
Hey,
Did this
Jeffrey, what's
commercial
this thing now?
product break the law? No, it didn't.
Well, speaking of laws,
Bless you.
I'm at a loss
sneeze.
for how to pivot out of this thing. What is something that you guys have enjoyed recently in media or anything that, like a movie, video games, anything? Let's go ahead and start with Viddy's Vids. What's something you've enjoyed recently?
Violet. I like that one because it's very fun. I get to ride a bicycle, and I've played it a lot over the past 2 weeks. Yeah, it's got a lot of problems, but some of the problems are really funny. And I don't know. I've already talked about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and honestly, that's just been my life for the past 2 weeks. Besides work,
Have you
I don't-
beaten it yet?
yeah.
Nice.
I'm finishing up the Pokedex. I only need the Scarlet exclusives, and my girlfriend's speeding the game slowly, and she's going to trade me them.
If you guys do a multiplayer world, pretty much every game, like every Pokemon that could spawn, does spawn. Like if you
Yeah,
guys
but
crossplay.
there's a specific area in like the end of the game where there's a lot of version exclusive Pokemon, and they only spawn after you reach a certain cutscene, and she hasn't reached that cutscene yet, so her version exclusives aren't showing up yet.
Mm.
So
Show me on the map where it is.
right there.
For audio listeners, Faco pulled out a Legend of Zelda map and is now asking Viddy's Vids
The
to
map.
point at where the map.
I don't know what else I've watched. I
Funny
don't
because
think
it's hard to see.
I watched Better Call Saul like in the past couple months whenever that was big, whenever the final episode came out. I
Yeah, the
really liked
finale.
that.
The finale of the Breaking Bad universe.
Oh,
One more-
another thing I've been watching. I've been watching Avatar: The Last Airbender since I watched it as a kid, and I didn't remember it, and I didn't watch it in chronological order because it just sort of showed up on random episodes on Nickelodeon, and I've been watching it, and it's been really good.
I still like that show. Like, I
Good.
watched it when it came out on Netflix, and it still holds up. Like,
Yeah.
it's just great television.
Overrated.
Still love all the characters. Hey, shut up, man.
We
You
talked about
suck.
it.
Hey,
We talked
Well,
about
yeah,
it.
you did
for
talk
a
about it.
hurdle?
Hey, we already
Well,
passed that
that's fine.
segment.
Yeah, that segment's over.
Yeah, well, then put it away. Take it back.
Okay. Not overrated.
Oh, that was easy. That was easy.
I love this
Woo.
show. Ethan's enjoying now.
I'm lagging.
Invitation.
you-
For audio listeners, we're the frozen ones. For audio
Oh, he's
listeners,
back.
we're probably the
Whoa,
frozen ones.
whoa.
Oh,
Oh.
you're just holding still.
Okay. I'm back.
Yeah.
Your turn.
What's the media you like?
My turn. I've been playing.
Yeah, what you been on recently?
I've been playing God of War for PS4, and I think it's a really good game.
Space?
And I'm trying to beat it so I can play the new one, Ragnarok. Excited to play that.
Space?
I've heard good things about that. About both of them.
Yeah, good story, good combat, good gameplay. Very pretty game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Boy.
Boy.
Going nay-nay.
Boy.
Oh. Oh.
Oh. Okay, Ethan, pause for a second on my screen. All right. Hayne, what's something you've enjoyed recently, media-wise?
Media-wise, does it have to be media-wise?
Well, no. What's something you've been enjoying recently?
So I would say
Anything.
like music, but we already have a segment for it. But I've
True.
been enjoying. So as I walk to class, I've been enjoying the scenery of my campus. I don't know why, but like
Wow.
this has been like not a new thing, but like I don't know why, but like recently I've been just like looking at like my surroundings. It's like going, oh, this is beautiful. You know?
Yeah, getting your eyes off that damn phone.
Like the outside is
Boy,
beautiful.
world.
But my campus is, I go to Miami in Ohio, and it's is
Ohio.
known to be like really
I
beautiful.
have really been. I live in the state next to Ohio, West Virginia, and it has gotten like that, and it's been very beautiful as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fall leaves. Yeah, when the leaves were like falling off the tree a few weeks ago, like that was my favorite time to just be like walking around my neighborhood, just like looking around and listening to music.
Yeah.
It's been really
That's
fun.
yeah. So I've been trying to appreciate like things like that and
Yeah.
just like small things.
And for audio listeners, Haynes' address is 308 Negra Arroyo Lane. If you want to go, give
Whoa,
him
what did you
a
say?
ring.
Whoa.
What? Negra Arroyo Lane.
So I think
Yeah,
What?
Steven?
What? You got something to say to me, Steven?
Nothing.
You say it. All right. Faco, what's something that you've been enjoying recently?
Can I say multiple things? Because this
Yes.
has been pretty good media-wise. Okay, well, I'm gonna say the one that I feel like is obvious, and I'm gonna grab a
Is it
prop
Breath of the
because
Wild?
This is Cat.
yeah, I recently discovered this hidden gem. It's called Breath of the Wild. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of it. But I'm
Overrated.
gonna,
Overrated.
I
Oh my
think
god,
it's
Jinx.
overrated.
yeah. Wait
Okay,
a
what was
second. My hands are shaking. Anyway,
Oh.
the Chainsaw Man anime has been absolutely bussin'.
Yeah, it is.
True.
really good.
The most recent episode has kicked off where it gets extra saucy. The animation's beautiful. You can tell studio. I'm just adding this. This is going to be my prop pile. You can tell how much like Studio Mappa loves the property of just how much love, care, and attention that they've been putting into scenes. And I think it's really good. And if it seems up your alley, I recommend it. I've seen a lot of people, like people who haven't read the manga, a little bit like doubting the hype a little bit, but I've been seeing this most recent episode completely turn it around. The other thing that I have one more anime and I have a game. I've been watching To Your Eternity, which is so good, and it's so sad. To Your Eternity,
Great show.
he knows. But yeah, To Your Eternity is about some this God created entity that can take the form of people who it's met that have passed away. And he slowly learns what powers he has as he's learning how to become a human, learn the value of connecting with people, but then also accepting the pain of losing those people. And it's probably the best introspective of immortality I've seen in a long time. Because I feel like immortality in media is yeah, isn't it sad? He's lonely. Anyway, here's the rest of the show, but To Your Eternity really hones in on that. And I'm not bringing down the entire collector's edition, but I've been playing Ys 8 recently, which got a report onto PS5. I'm gonna be honest with you, it didn't need a report, but I bought it anyway because I didn't have it physically because it's a relic. It was an expensive game before this port came out, but I've been playing Ys 8 and it's just fun. It's one of those games where you can just tell the people who made it were just kind of having fun. They were just you can tell what is it, Falcom? You can tell Falcom just likes making Ys games. And one of my favorite things of media is when you can tell the people who made it enjoyed making it.
Nice. What is it? What kind of game is it?
Is it a JRPG?
It is an action JRPG.
A JRPG.
Yeah, it's the premise is you were on a luxury cruise ship and it crashed and you're on this island where a bunch of wacky, whimsical, supernatural stuff's happening. So you're gathering survivors from the shipwreck while exploring the island and uncovering the mystery.
Ooh, sounds pretty fun.
Sexy chic.
Okay.
For audio listeners, Faco's doing some funny fingers. He's some inquisitive fingers, if you will. Danorade, what have you been enjoying recently?
So mine's kind of a weird one because I feel like I wouldn't have a good answer for this because I kind of alluded to this earlier, but I've been struggling to play in a nutshell, I basically like only play games for the channel now, and I just don't have time. Like it like saddens me beyond. So Vidi, keep up the uploading every 4 months because you get more time to play stuff. Anyway,
that feels like a jab, Dana.
that's not it. That's honestly not
Great
No,
job on
it's-
the upload rate, Yoshi, by the way.
No,
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
That
okay.
came off-
I understand. I'm bad.
Yeah.
No, that's okay, Dinner. We get it.
It's not like my upload schedule's like that much better. Anyways, to answer the question, I like started watching this like in the middle of editing the new video. Plug, by the way. So I talked about DuckTales Remastered. Anyway, so like randomly, like a month ago, like the Disney XD YouTube channel posted like the whole season 1 of like the DuckTales reboot they had in 2017. And I remember I watched it like at the time, like maybe like half of it or something. It was like kind of at the like tail end of when I still like watched TV. I like basically like watched the whole season. I mean, it's not like super long, and it was really good. Like I've like heard good stuff about it. I heard it like gets better as it goes on, which like I thought the first season was really good. And I also don't really like watch a lot of shows, so this is kind of like it was like a new thing for me, but it was cool. It was nice having. I just like wanted something different from like, like you just like listen to music and it's just like you want something a little different. So having watching it on the second monitor while editing was kind of a nice change of pace.
Dana, you should watch Breaking Bad. I think it put some hair on your chest.
Ooh.
Dana only watches.
It's a big boy. It's a big boy.
Android only watches fucking Pixar movies.
Whoa.
Like luminescent movies.
Leave him alone. He's pure.
Daneridge probably watched Men. Come on.
No, he said a cuss
He can
word.
defend himself.
In like one video, I said a cuss word, and it was
Yeah.
really
Right
funny
now.
too. It was
Yeah,
really
and
funny.
you
It was
want to
funny.
know something?
worth it.
Santa Claus watched that video.
Oh,
Oh, good for you.
Figo, how did you know? Did Figo? Do you know?
Are you Santa?
Santa?
Okay, well,
You know
it's been
Santa?
it's been fun. Peanut,
Oh my
finish
gosh.
the episode for me.
This guy knows
I
Santa.
thought you were just about to like fling Peanut, and I was like, what?
Throw Peanut against the wall. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, it's my turn. What I've been enjoying recently, I've got two things. First, it's a show called The White Lotus on HBO. It's
I've seen
it's
that.
basically about a group of rich people that all go to like a luxury hotel to stay there, and they're all really fucked up, and they keep they intersect with each other's lives and make their lives like worse and shit, kind of. And it's just a really interesting like dive into like the psychology of like a group of rich people and some like social issues and stuff, and it's funny as well and entertaining. And my second thing is a song by a guy I found named Jing called When I'm Gone, and it's just a very sweet like ballad about like when he dies, and the instrumentation's really good and like makes you think a lot. I don't know, very great song. I like it a lot. All right, Steven, what have you been enjoying recently?
Two things.
A good
This
song.
hand
Okay.
and my cock.
Oh,
on.
gosh.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So can you
I knew
explain?
it.
Can you explain why that you enjoy that?
Okay.
No, don't. Please do not. We are okay. All right, Steven. Well,
Okay.
I've got a different question for you. And this is going to be the last question on the podcast because I've never heard it from you. You, over the course of quarantine, secretly watched the entirety of One Piece
Yeah.
and told us only after you had finished it. And what I've never heard from you is what your opinion on One Piece is. And please
From beginning
don't
to
give me
end.
just it was. Don't give me it was a pretty good. Give me the whole shebang boogie, please.
Tell us.
whole
I wanna
shaboya?
know.
Sell us, Steven. Sell us. And I've been
Yeah.
watching it too.
You're the only person I know who's finished the show. I want to know. So
Really?
Sell us. Sell
Yes,
us.
yes.
I don't count up.
Sell everyone in this call right now to watch One Piece. Do it. Try your
Oh.
best.
Just fucking watch it.
No.
No,
Yes.
Steven, tell us about the show.
Steven.
What do you like about it?
Okay.
Describe
I-
it.
I really like the world building. Because
Yeah.
it'll start off
Yeah.
small, right? Like it's like Luffy and he has like 3 other pals. But like as the show goes on, this shit gets huge. Like
Like the
You like
crew
the
or
scale of it. You
the
like
The
world?
crew
Like
gets
everything.
bigger, but like the world, like they're basically
the world
traveling.
also expands.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
whole show they're just traveling to new
Yeah.
places.
Is it like a mythical ocean, or is
Yeah,
it
it's like-
based off of like Earth, or is it just like
Oh,
It's its own world.
unknown?
It's got its
Okay.
own creatures and like people and stuff.
the show also has a lot of references to like real life too.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm.
yeah.
Okay.
So even you told me through DMs that One Piece made you cry. Is that true?
Yes. Multiple times.
Multiple times. How many
Tears
times
of
did you
joy,
say?
tears of sadness.
Dude, like it depends on the scene. Some scenes like they really touch your feelings like never before, dude.
never
That
before.
was a big
It's not
stretch.
like a girl broke your heart. It's not like you failed a class. It's like it's something else, dude.
It's a whole different vibe. I like.
You just
I
like the characters. You like how they bond. Do you like their relationships? Is that what it is? Dude? Or
Oh yeah.
people
The characters
dying
are
and
really
shit?
good.
Okay.
It's like them
Oh.
growing together and stuff, right? Something
When-
like that.
When would you say the show, like, because I got to Arlong Park and everyone says that's when it starts to get good. When would you say it gets really good? Like, what arc would you say it gets, like, S tier?
Okay, so for me, I don't think there was like an arc that really got me into it. I think it was just like purely watching a few episodes. And I was like, okay, this is pretty good. Then like, well, also like at the time, like I was doing nothing right.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, I just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna watch some more episodes. That's when like, I just started,
Can't stop.
you know, I'm just like, yeah.
Started
I keep
binging, rolling
watching.
down the
Okay,
binging.
okay,
Yeah, I'm
can
rolling
I-
down
can I
here. It's like a
ask you a
snowball effect, you know?
Can I ask you a
You just
question?
watch a little bit and it's
No,
coming
no.
down. No, it's coming big.
Can I ask you a question about your One Piece journey?
Sure.
Was it a conscious choice to not tell anyone you were watching One Piece? Like, did you think it would be funny to just pop in and be like, hey, so I watched all of one of the longest anime of all time? Or was it just kind of like, hey guys, I just finished One Piece? Like, was it a planned bit, or did you just
Okay, it was a planned bit at
not
first.
feel the need to talk about it?
But also, I was just like, I'm just watching so much of it. I don't want them to know I'm a weeaboo.
I knew it. I knew that
I
was
knew
why.
it was going to be
Uh-huh,
embarrassing.
anime
It doesn't make any
fan,
sense. I'm a
anime
bigger weeb than
fan,
you. I've watched like
anime
100 anime.
Be
I went to my
embarrassed,
phase.
you're
I
an
went to my
anime
phase.
fan. That's not an okay thing to be.
Dude,
I'm out of it
You're-
now.
doesn't make any sense.
That didn't make sense.
Would you say One Piece is your favorite
It's not your
shonen
sense.
anime?
Steven's gone through
I have
rehab.
to.
He's like,
watched
"Of
1,000 episodes. It better be. It better be.
Oh, absolutely. I better walk away from that being one of my favorite pieces of media.
Yeah, I think that's part of the. I think that's part of the hype is that like you've watched so much of it. That's like if you're like, oh, it was kind of ass. It's like, why did you watch 1,000 episodes?
If you
Like
spend
if you
that much
get to the
time,
end, you love it.
if you spend that much time consuming any one piece of media, then like if you didn't love it and you manage to keep going, you're gonna get attached. It's gonna happen. I've never like last time I messed with One Piece was when it was for kids. But
Now it's for adults.
I'm gonna hate watch the entire show.
Bruh.
There's no way that would happen.
I'm gonna get to the final episode of One Piece and I'm gonna scoff.
It's gonna be
I'm
like,
gonna
"Oh, that
watch.
was- That sucks.
I'm gonna read the entire manga, get to the series finale where they reveal what the One Piece is, and I'm gonna say, "Yeah, I saw that coming," and I'm gonna close it and just like put it away.
Faco, let's review every episode of One Piece. Let's make one of those videos where it's like I watched every episode of The Simpsons. And I watched every episode of Family Guy. I watched every episode of One Piece.
Who is that YouTuber? Because I watched both of those videos.
LS Mark.
It's
LS
Nick.
Mark.
LS Mark.
Oh, it's Ellis Mark. I thought it was the Nick Tendo.
No, I've
Yeah,
never
it's
watched
Ellis
Nick
Mark.
Tendo.
It's Ellis Mark.
Ooh. Nathaniel Bandy.
Yeah, Ellis Mark spoiled with the ending of Sonic Frontiers for me because he didn't put a spoiler warning.
Aw.
Piece
Yeah.
of crap. I never liked them.
Why?
All right.
Yada.
Well, I think that brings us to the end of this special 1-year anniversary episode of the Kroop Scoop.
There's no music thingy or whatever.
Oh,
That's-
cartoon.
It's a
That was a good
that was kind of
pre-show.
our-
When do you want me to start recording, by the way?
wait, what? Wait,
Steven's like,
wait.
when do you want me to install Audacity? Just let me know.
Yeah.
When do you want me to turn on my computer? When do you want me to
Bruh.
join the call?
When do you want me to
Yeah.
drop my trousers? All right, so
I felt
Okay.
so
Who said that?
let's
Alright,
let's
well-
get some last words from everybody. Shout out stuff.
Yeah, does anybody
you
have
know.
anything they want to shout out? Say it now.
I'd like to shout out Dana Raid's YouTube channel.
Yeah,
What's it?
I second that.
What's it
I
called?
third that.
Dana Raid.
Someone fourth it.
It's called Danerade Go. It's
You're
Danerade's
telling me
Pokemon Go.
If I go to youtube.com/Danarade, I get plenty of Danarade content
Yeah,
for free?
yeah, he's the guy from
Correct.
Fruit Scoop.
My
That's
Kroop
crazy.
tune of the week is High Hopes by yours truly.
I'm like, I can't do this segment. No, okay,
Okay.
I would like to shout out Viddy's Vids.
Oh, thank you, Fako. Can I shout out Fako? It's
What about
Fako on
Steven?
YouTube.
Why isn't Steven getting any?
I said you
Can I
couldn't do
shout
it.
out Markiplier?
Can we? Okay. Can I?
Yeah,
I wanna
like
shout-
second
Instagram.
Markiplier.
Since I
Okay.
can't shout out, it's
We'll put your
Fako on
Instagram
YouTube.
down
I wanna.
with
It.
me.
I wanna shout out it's Fako on Hive Social.
Oh my god.
I am so glad you are taking me seriously as a Hive influencer.
Yeah.
I heard you. Can't you make money on Hive somehow?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I know you can make money at a bank if you rob it.
Okay. Okay. Cut the feed. We can't have that in the podcast.
It's okay.
I am
we
going
just
to
started
rob a bank.
recording
He's going
it,
to
so I didn't
jail.
make it in.
I am
Wait.
going to raid an
Ooh.
armored truck.
Stop talking about illegal things.
Okay.
Gatorade here.
That's it. That's the end of the episode.
I
We
am-
got a
I am
criminal
going to
showing up.
download-
All right.
I'm gonna
check
download
out-
music on LimeWire.
No,
and not
no.
pay
Check
for
out
it, and I'm
Viddy's
going to
vids
put it
on
my
YouTube.
MP3
Check
player.
out Danarade on YouTube. Check out Steven on his Instagram. He's really cute. Check out Fako on YouTube as well.
Follow Steven on Tinder. He's looking for
Follow
a,
Steven.
looking for a maid.
Twitter account. Yes, Danarade. What do you have to say?
I'd like to thank everyone for watching. I'd like to thank the crew for like figuring this whole thing out. This was a massive project of a lot of DMing back and forth of people being
Yeah.
like, this is me, by the way. This
I
is like
didn't do anything.
90% me. I'm like, no, I can't do this day. I'm too busy. But
Yeah.
today,
Danerade's the busiest one of us all, and he's only like 2 years old.
He was quite literally born yesterday.
You're a boss, baby.
He's so young.
Sorry,
anyway,
Dave.
curse, we
Well,
can't.
thank you guys.
Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Danarade, for showing up. Thank you, everybody, for making this work. It's been a year. A whole
1 year of Kroop Scoop.
and for many,
We
We never
many
thought
years.
when we first
To
started this thing.
infinity.
When we first started this thing, we didn't think we would get this far. We jokingly
Yeah, I
said,
thought we'd give
Imagine
up
a-
after a month.
"It's like, yeah, imagine like a year later and we're still doing this." Like that was actually a joke we said, and here we are. We're still doing it.
We're doing it, and we're going to keep doing it.
Year 2, baby.
Keep watching.
Year 2, baby.
Keep watching our show. Sorry, I yelled at you, audience. Okay, is that the scoop? That's the scoop, right?
That's the scoop, right,
That's
Steven?
Yeah.
That's
Alright.
the scoop.
That's
Yeah.
the
What do you think
scoop.
about that, Steven?
Thank
What
you
do
for
what do you think
watching.
about
Bye
that?
bye.
Yeah, Steven.
Yeah, what do you
I'll
say,
see
Steven?
you
Popped off.
in the next
I need another
episode.
scoop.
Bye bye.
See you next
Okay,
year.
double feature. Let's go.